also. Look how cute she is right there. Isn't she just adorable? Move over a little bit. Look at that. Oh, she's so cute. Okay. Been a few little weeks since I've seen you guys. Looks like my last one was November 19th. So let's see. It has been just shy of 2 weeks since my last one of these, so let's just get on into it. Also, yes, my hair is messy today, but it'll be alright. Oh, God, look at that. Crazy. Okay, so what's been changed? What's new since then? So the 19th was Tuesday. That was kind of... I'd already had my simulation final, which was pretty cool. Already had my elaborate final. Alright. So the 21st, we had a little review get together. The SGA got together with one of our professors, and we had a final exam review for one of our classes. That was pretty cool. All these videos have been kind of quiet. I'm going to try to turn up the volume a little bit, see what that does. Whether or not this helps, I have no idea. But I also angled my microphone so it's facing me a little bit better. Maybe that will help, maybe it won't, I don't know. Again, I'm just amateur. So, what was I saying? Got a little get together. That was pretty fun. We had like a little Thanksgiving potluck with all the students. It was pretty cool. Basically, everybody participated. It was awesome. We had a really good time. Also had a little scrub cap exchange, which was pretty cool. Oh, let me go get mine, actually. Hang on one second. There we are. Okay, look. Let's see if I can make it show up good. There we go. Try our famous spicy propofol. I mean, I am so happy I got this one because I was actually eyeing it for a little while. But, ooh, look at that thing. Oh, shit. There we are. Look at that sticking out right there. That's going to be cool. Okay. So that was pretty fun. Oh, did I just... There we go. Okay. I haven't watched that yet. I should probably do that. So that was pretty cool. Another thing that happened in the kind of 21st, 22nd is I got to help out with interviews, which was really kind of crazy because they all came full circle. Oh my gosh, that destroyed my hair. Oh, look at it. Oh, look at it. Oh, and it's so bad over the ears. Oh my goodness. Whatever, it's as good as it's gonna get for now. I'm tired. So I helped out with interviews, which was really cool. Not going to get into too many details about that, but I will say that the part that I participated in, I don't have like any special access to anything. I don't have like a say in like, oh yeah, you should go with Joe over Sally. I don't have any say in that. The part I had a say in was basically just a student panel. So the way that we do it here at NSU Jacksonville is the interview takes, I mean, it's from like 8 to something, so it's a, kind of a long day. But around lunchtime, what they do is they bring in students. So you'll just be in your little interview room with everybody who's interviewing with you, and then along comes in some students, and you get to ask us basically whatever you want. So that was the part I participated in. I was one of the people you got to bounce questions off of. So that was really cool. It really kind of came full circle because I remember the impact that the previous SGA president had, and being able to ask him questions. It was really helpful in my decision-making process. So I'm very glad that I was able to be that person for somebody else. So really cool. Again, I don't have like any decisions. It's not like it's up to me to figure out like, oh yeah, you should go with this person. Genuinely for us, it's really just ask us whatever question helps you make a decision or not. So if you want to know, okay, how much sleep are you guys getting a night? Would you say the professors are fair? If an issue comes up, how do you guys solve it? What does a day in your life look like? Those are all questions that are totally fair game, and basically anybody would answer. Again, I can't speak for everybody, but I know my classmates, and I know that if you asked any of us our honest opinion, we'll give it to you. It's just as simple as that. If you say, do you like it here? We'll give you an honest answer. And that honest answer is going to be yes. but we'll be honest. So if you say, like, have you ever faced an issue, then we would just answer accordingly. So don't be afraid to ask questions during those. Now, if you look up and there's a camera right in your face, like, okay, it's your life, live it with your considerations in mind, but I can assure you that at least me, if you want to know something, just ask me. It's not going to make me think less of you. I didn't ask enough questions. I was kind of a little bit quiet when the questions came up. Now, mine did get cut off a little bit, but still. Just don't be afraid to ask questions that you need answers to. I mean, genuinely, just ask. I mean, there's nothing I love more than being able to help people. It's part of the reason why I chose to pursue this profession. So if you end up having any questions, if you see this and, you saw me, just don't be afraid to ask any questions. All of you guys should know how to reach out to me. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I genuinely hope that I get to see some of you guys again. I mean, it'd be nice if it was all of you guys. So yeah, hopefully I do. It'd be really cool. Come like a full circle moment. But honestly, if you're getting interviews, you're good enough to get in. So if you don't make it in this time, just try again, because you will get in again. I think in one of my other videos, there's no shame in reapplying. Just be sure that you show development, and you'll be good to go. There's no shame in reapplying. If you make it to an interview, you are good enough. So don't let that doubt creep in. So I got to help out those. It was really cool. Really hope I get to see them all again. It was awesome. So then the next week we had a couple finals. It was nothing too crazy. Let's see. So we had two finals. One of them I wasn't as big of a fan of. I didn't like the wording of some of the questions. So as with anything academic, sometimes you can have what I call coin flip questions, where it's like, okay, I know it's not C and D, but it's either A or B, and depending on the day I'm picking A, and every other day I'm picking B. So there's a few of those. I still ended up doing good on it, thankfully. It was just kind of rocky. I think the problem we had was it wasn't fully what we expected. But that's just something we got to take in stride and just keep moving forward off of. The other exam we had, that was for the review that we had last week. I say last week, I mean the week of the 17th. We had that review. This was the exam. We had the review, and then a few days later we had the final. Again, I can't go into details, obviously. But I think it was comparable to how the exams were during the semester. It wasn't like we got thrown some massive curveball that we didn't know would be there. Our previous studying had prepared as well. And of course the review obviously helped out a lot. So I really give props to that professor for taking time out of his day to put forth that effort and help us study. Because he very easily could just not do that. He's the only one who does that. And it's incredible that he does. We all sincerely appreciate that. So then what we ended up having was we had, for Thanksgiving, the university was closed on the 28th and the 29th. The way our schedule ran, we were lucky and we got the 27th off as well, which was really nice. So we ended up having about a 5-day break, which was much needed. Now, of course, it's not like we're doing nothing on those 5 days. We are going to be studying. Because this is our finals week. Today is Monday the 2nd, and this is the start of our finals week. So, it's definitely a bit of a run. It's kind of like, I say in one of my previous ones, actually the very last video, I said it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's like, yes, it is a marathon, not a sprint, but at some point you are going to have to run a little bit, and this is where we're having to run a little bit. Because we've got not quite an exam every day, but very much not far from that. Now, I do know that a lot of my classmates take the studying exam by exam. So if there is an exam Tuesday, Wednesday, they'll start studying for the Wednesday exam after their Tuesday exam, and they'll just kind of front load it like that. I have never been able to study like that. it just doesn't work for me because I need to have that set in period. I need to have the material kind of absorb a little bit. So I've been studying quite a bit out. I started studying for finals. When did I start officially studying for finals? Let's see, I've got my little notebook here. It's my little... I love this thing. This thing is my savior sometimes. I highly recommend you get one if you don't have one. So I started studying on... Well, it depends because we did take those couple ones early. But I'll call it the 18th. I started studying hardcore. November 18th, that is. So I'd already kind of started studying my last video. So the way that my studying goes is I study a little bit for each class every single day. I don't just pile on one class. So that way, as this week goes on, the week of finals, my life gets easier and easier and easier. So, like, Saturday the 30th and November 1st, on the Sunday, or sorry, not November 1st, December 1st, sorry. So hang on, let me start over. November 30th and December 1st, those are my two hardest days of studying for the entire finals week, and it's going to stay that way. Both of those days, I studied for 4 classes. And because I studied for those 4 classes, then it took some load off later on. So I studied for 4 the 30th, 4 on the 1st, and then from here on out, the 2nd, I'm studying for 3 classes. The 3rd, I'm studying for 2. The 4th, I'm studying for 1. The 5th, I'm studying for 1. Now, it still sounds like it's a lot because, you're studying for 3 classes all at once. It's like, yes, but it's only 1 PowerPoint a day. If I wanted to do the way my classmates do it, which is take it exam by exam, that means that tonight I would have to study the entirety of the schedule for my next exam, which would end up being like 9 slide sets, I think. And it's going to depend on if the exam's cumulative, obviously, but still, you'd be really kind of shooting yourself in the foot, in my opinion. Now, other people learn better that way. They do better if they just hardcore it into one class and just rip off that Band-Aid. It's just not something that I have ever been able to do. It would stress me out too much. So, as the week goes on, my life is going to get a little bit easier, and I'm very happy about that. It's just, it's still a lot. Obviously, it is what it is. By this point in the semester, we all have a pretty good idea of what our grade expectations are. So I don't know if it says this anywhere online. I should probably double check it. But as with basically any program, there is a pass-fail line. So if you're above this line, you pass, and if you're below this line, you're going to have to remediate. So we know where that line is, and at this point, we can go through and calculate what we need to get. So I'm looking at mine right here. I know which finals I've already taken, I know which ones I have to go, and I know what I need to be above that pass line. So, let's see. Yeah, all of these are relatively low. For my grade needed to pass column, they're all pretty low because I follow the idea of front load your semester. Now again, there is the thing that you need to consider where just because you don't need to do well on the final to pass the class, you're still going to need to know that material when you're in a hospital. So if we're learning congestive heart failure, it's like, I need a 50 on the final or whatever. It's like, okay, that's great. But what are you going to do when you're in the hospital and somebody shows up with congestive heart failure? It's like, you got a 50 on that exam. That's great. I'm sure your patient appreciates your effort. So you don't slack off, but you do have breathing room. And breathing room is something that money cannot buy, but you can make it for yourself. So just take that into consideration. I know I've harped on that a lot, and that's because it is so important to me. So, yeah, just don't shoot yourself in the foot. What else? I'll probably make another video once finals week is over, so it'll probably be somewhere December 7th ish. 7th to 9th is probably going to be the range I shoot for making a new video. I'll just kind of talk through everything. But overall, I don't think there's that much to cover because the last video was fairly recent and not much has changed since then. It's just kind of plugging and chugging at finals. One of my biggest pieces of advice is to make a solid study schedule. Know what you're going to do each day. Like I planned my studying like 2 or 3 weeks out, so I knew exactly what I needed to be studying and when. It took all the ambiguity out, it took all the worry out, because if I felt like, oh, I'm behind, I could just look at my schedule and be like, okay, I feel behind, but I'm going to be catching back up and it's going to be okay. So just make a solid study schedule. If you end up in one of these programs and you want to know what mine looked like, I'll send it to you. I just don't want it out there on the internet because, again, I don't know how much of our program is like, oh, that's our proprietary, like I don't want to give out all the secrets type of thing. If someone else does, good for them, but I just don't want it to be me. So yeah, that's kind of what that's been. I've got 3 finals left to go, so just gotta keep plugging and chugging at it, I guess. But if anybody's wondering, this is the agenda I always get. This right here, the See It Bigger large print big style planner. On the inside, it's got it's got tabs where it's organized by month, so you can just go through it like that. I think it's fantastic. I mean, I love this thing to death. I'll go to an empty month. Here we go. This is kind of what an empty month looks like. So you've got your just standard month. You can write over in the side margins over here. You can write like to do things. I just write in like, oh, I have an exam on the 21st. I'll write that in there. But then there's also a week by week breakdown where you can just look at your entire week all in one go. And what I'll do is I'll have like different classes listed. It's like one class per line, and then I'll just write my homework for that class or what I need to study for that class. So that's how I run it. And I started this habit in undergrad, and it has carried me this far. And if it doesn't work for you, then hey, find your own thing, but this is what works for me. So I make a checklist every single day, and once I'm done with the checklist, I'm done for the day. It makes it very black and white for me, and it makes my life a heck of a lot easier. So I might be able to help out in the future when it comes to some more student panels. Hopefully I can. I mean, it'd be so awesome if one of you guys found this channel. I just think it'd be cool. Again, I'm trying to not advertise it because I want this to be a standalone thing. Maybe I'll advertise it once I'm on rotations or something, and all of this is in my past. But, it'll be really cool. I'll probably tell them once they get in. I just don't want to, advertise it before they get in because I don't want to, oh, man, if did I get in? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you yes, but I don't know. So I guess that's part of it, too. It was really nice to be able to see everybody. And it kind of solidifies that this is the weird part because I am in the position that I looked up to a year ago, which is a wild sentence to say. I looked up to the people who were in my shoes a year ago, and now it's me. It's crazy. It goes by fast. It really does. The days are slow, but man, the weeks go by so fast. It's insane. And it's kind of relative because it feels really fast for a week or something, but then I'll think back to what I was doing in, I don't know, when did the semester change? August? I'll think back to August. I'm like, oh my god, that feels like it was years ago. But it feels like I haven't been in this program long at all. I think I talked about this previously, but it kind of feels like I just started. Which is a good thing because, it'd really suck if this felt like it was 10 years long. But to that end, it's also, kind of crazy that I feel like I just started. I mean, I know I didn't, but it's really cool. So I think that's enough rambling for now, considering you'll hear from me again pretty soon here. So wish me luck, even though by the time this video comes out, which will be, when is this one coming out? Like February 12th, I think. Yeah, this one's coming out like February 12th. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so this one's coming out like February 12th, so it'll be long over, but still. I wonder when these videos are going to finally catch back up. If this one's coming out the 12th, I'll probably... Oh, that's what that was. Okay. So it'll probably be like March or April where these catch up and finally meet. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I wish you nothing but the best. If you're applying to the program, good luck. Always be improving your application, always be improving who you are, and always strive for the best. If you strive for the best, good things will come. If you're in the program and you're in my shoes right now, good luck. I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope that everything works out for you well. If you have any questions, you know how to reach out to me, especially if you're in Jacksonville. And if you're already an established anesthesia provider, then I hope this has been a little bit of a flashback for you of how school goes and the stresses and the accomplishments that can come along with that. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting endeavor, and I hope that this channel does help people. That's the main thing I want. So, and if you're just someone who tuned in, then hi. But on that note, I'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. I'll probably talk to you guys sometime within a week. Give you a little update on how finals went and whether or not I shot myself in the foot, figuratively, not literally. So, hope you all have a good one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.